What's up, everybody? Matt Moore here, coming at you guys with another exciting video. And yes, I'm going to be talking to you guys about how to get the results that you want every single time. It is now February 15th. We're already a month and a half into the new year, and you know, quite frankly, a lot of people have already stopped focusing on the goals and the resolutions that they've set for the year. So I want to go over a couple of things very quickly on A, why you're not getting the results that you want, and B, how to get the results that you want every single time. Okay, now if you're watching this on Facebook, go ahead and please give me a comment and a like, and if you like what I'm saying, great. If not, put that in the comments too. I want to hear what your guys' thoughts are. If you're watching this on YouTube, go ahead and subscribe to my channel. I'd greatly appreciate it, and of course give me a thumbs up as well. So most of you guys have heard of the concept of a penny doubled every day and what it's going to give you, right? If I were to ask you if you want $1 million right now or a penny doubled every day for 31 days, most of you guys now, just because of the nature of the question, would probably guess the penny doubled at every day, right? So I want to show you guys something that's really cool here. I started to write this out and I said, screw it. The work has already been done. I'm just going to go ahead and copy it and paste it in here for you guys. This is called compound interest, okay? I believe Warren Buffett, one of the richest men in the planet, said that compound interest is the 8th wonder of the world, okay? Now, on the very first day, you only have a penny. That's shitty, it sucks, it's not a lot of money, okay? But every day, it's going to be doubled. 4, 8, 16, 32, 64, $1.28, so on and so forth, up until you get to a day about 18, 19, and 20. That's when you start getting those really big monetary figures that people like to see, okay? Now, if you keep doubling it and doubling it and doubling it, by the 30th day, it is $5.3 million. And if you double it one more time, it jumps up to $10.7 million, okay? Which is super exciting. Now, what does this mean for you? Excellent question. This is why most people don't get the results that they want. Now, obviously, I'm using this as with money instead of your actual goal, but to be honest with you, it doesn't matter if you're running a business. It doesn't matter if you're trying to build a relationship with someone, or if you have a fitness goal. These principles are universal across the board. It doesn't matter what your goal is. You're gonna operate in the same capacity no matter what it is, okay? Now, the reason why most people fail is because they've been trained by a system to expect a result after a very short amount of time, right? You're taught to go to school and get a job, and then you work your job, and after 2 weeks or 1 week, you get a paycheck for the work that you've done, okay? We're trained from a very young age to instantly want or instantly get what it is that we want, okay? What I'm teaching right now is called delayed gratification, okay? I heard Robert Kiyosaki say this before. He said that when he finds oil, he's not rich. He actually loses money for 2 to 5 years because he has to hire people to drill it. He's got to buy the machines to do the processing and the drilling. And after 2 to 5 years, after all that is done, he'll finally start to generate residual income from that, okay? Most successful people have a vision strong enough that they're looking a couple of years off in the distance. That's how strong your vision has to be. If you want to be fit and healthy, you know what? You can't have a 90-day vision for how you want to look. You have to have a 1 or 2 year vision for how you want your healthy life to be. Because when you don't get the results you want up front, you have to have a strong enough vision to carry you through the tough times when you're not getting the results that you want, okay? So if we take a look at this here, you're not going to get results on day 1, obviously. That's pretty simple. But you know what? Day 10, 11, 12, day 19, day 20, you're probably still not going to see results. If you're running a business and you've never ran an online business before, guess what? You have to learn a new skill set. You have to learn some new people skills. I did. Everything I'm teaching you guys right now is things that I've already done, things I've already had to go through. So guess what? I can teach you so that you don't make the same mistakes I did. And it cuts your success time drastically shorter so that you're not having to go through what I went through, okay? What most people do is they go to day 7, day 8, day 9, day 10. If you're in an online business, whether it's MLM, direct sales, network marketing, you're sitting there, you're posting ads, you're not getting the results, you're adding friends, what's going on? And then what happens is you stop. You get so upset, you take a couple days off, or oh, it's the Olympics, or oh, it's the Oscars, or oh, it's my niece's 2-year-old birthday party, I'm gonna take a day off. And that's what really screws you up, is you take that day off because you're not getting the results that you want. Okay, using the previous example, once you get to day 21, 22, 23, 26, that's when it explodes. That's when the tipping point happens, and exponential, all that momentum that you've been building up for the last 23, 24 days, that is when your business explodes. That's when your weight loss explodes. That's when your relationship all of a sudden just starts to clicking, right? Now I'm using, and using this example, it might take longer than 24, 23 days. It might take a month or two. It might take a year or two. I don't know. The key is you don't fucking quit when you're not getting the results that you want. At the very least, you take a step back and you see, okay, am I progressively getting closer to my goal? Okay. Let me see here. Most of you have never grown up on a farm before, so a lot of you don't know what this is. I'm going to move my my picture over here. This is called a pump. Okay. Now, in the old days, if you lived on a farm, you probably had a well of some sort, and you had to pump the water out of the well using an old school pump like this. Okay. Now, Zig Ziglar has a fantastic video on YouTube on priming the pump. Highly recommend it. And I might even put it in and if this is on YouTube, I'll try to have a link to it in the description. If this is on Facebook, I'll just drop it in the comments. Okay, highly recommend it. Go watch it. So in the old days, what you had to do is you had to prime a pump before the water would come up, and so you have to sit there and you have to keep pumping it and pumping it and pumping it and pumping it and pumping it until the water comes out. Now, what you cannot do is sit there and you get tired of pumping, because if you ever stop, all the water that was coming up out of the well goes right back down. And that is where most of you guys get stuck. That is honestly the biggest problem that I see in people's life, is that you quit when you start to build that momentum. Okay, if you make it to day 20, day 21, and then you quit or you take a couple of days off, you don't start back at day 20, 21. Best case scenario, you start back at like day 13. But what most people do is they take a day or two off. So guess what? You're having to start back at day 1. You just lost all the momentum that you just created. So just like when you're priming the pump, you have to keep going until the water starts coming out. But I promise you, once you get to this point, once you get to day 25, 26, and that momentum catches up, and you hit that tipping point, or critical mass, as it's called in some circles, once that happens, guys, you don't have to pump anymore. You can just lightly, you have to use almost no effort. When you see people that seem to things just click, and then they have all the success very quickly, guess what? You're not watching all of the basically the shit that they had to go through to get to that point. It looks like they were an overnight success, but I promise you, there was weeks, months, or years leading up to that overnight success. Okay, every single successful person on the planet has gone through this. We've all gone through the pain and discomfort and the disappointment of busting your ass and not seeing the results that we want when we want to see them. The key is to never, ever, ever, ever quit once you get started. If you are not going to be committed, don't even start, because it is so much harder to restart than it was to get started in the first place, because now you're dragging all of your baggage with you from all your failures and disappointments from the last time you tried. Okay, so definitely understand the concept of priming the pump. Okay, understand you're not going to see results up front. Sometimes you will, depends on your industry, depends on exactly what it is that you're doing, but just understand that for the most part, you're going to work your ass off and you're not going to see results up front, okay? But if you keep on doing it, I promise you, your results are going to catch up with your efforts. And then you're going to sit around and say, what the hell just happened? Why am I getting all these results all of a sudden? And you're going to have so much success, so much coming your way, that you're going to be almost overwhelmed with how amazing and awesome it is, right? So that is probably going to be one of the most important videos that I make for you guys this year, okay? So again, understand that from days 1 to 20 in this example, growth is happening, but you're not going to see it. It looks like nothing is happening, but I promise you it is, okay? In the last 7 days, just again using this example, you go from $41,000 to $5.3 million. That's how it works. When you see people that all of a sudden start signing up 10, 15, 20, 40, 50 people in their businesses, that's because they were busting their ass before they got to that point, and now their momentum is catching up to them, okay? And then again, 98% of people give up before they get to their threshold, right? When you get to that point where you're ready to quit, that is when your success is right around the corner. It's right stinking there, right when you get to that quitting point. If you just go past that point, that is where your success is. And that's why only 1 to 5%, depending on the statistics, of people actually have the life that they want, right? So just know that I love you guys. I have a lot of really fun stuff coming your guys this way. So like I said before, please subscribe to my channel. Again, this is Matt Moore, Black Diamond Legacy, Black Diamond Success. And if you guys are on Facebook, definitely reach out to me if you guys are ready to start working with me. I like to take you guys through a process first. I want to know exactly where you're at. I want to know what your goals are, and I'm going to sit with you one-on-one and sit by your side, and we're going to go through your goals, and I'm going to show you and teach you on how to get there step by step, okay? If you're on YouTube, I'm going to leave all of my details in the description. Reach out to me anytime. You can get me in my inbox, or you can reach out to me on Facebook, which is where I do most of my business, okay? So I love you guys. I believe in you. 2019 is going to be your year. I know you guys can do it. So I'll talk to you guys soon. And yeah, make it a great one. Psych, you thought the video was over, but no, we are just getting started. No, in actuality, I had meant to also include some action steps for you guys, but I kind of forgot. Because I got so into my talk with you guys and what I was talking about. So I did want to just record this second part for you guys and give you some action steps on what you guys can be doing to basically not run into situations where if you're getting close to quitting, this is what I want you to do. Okay, matter of fact, I want you to do this before you get to the point where you feel like quitting because you're not seeing those results that you want. But if you do get to that point, then I'm gonna have some action steps for you guys to take so that you can push through, so that you guys can make 2019 the best freaking year of your life. Okay, so number one, what you guys need to do is you need to know what you want. Okay, you guys really have to take some self-reflection time and really get down to the nitty-gritty of what it is that you want. Okay, if you are a married couple, highly recommend that you guys come together. If you have kids, put them to bed, and just when you guys do your pillow talk at night, or whenever you guys do like your spousal talk, you know, really get down to brass tacks and decide what it is that you want. Okay, now if you have a financial or monetary goal, then decide what that amount is, and more importantly, decide why you want that specific amount. Because let's be honest, it's not really the money that you want, it's what the money is going to get you, right? It's that feeling, really. I mean, if we're getting right to it, you don't really want the money, you want the dependable car, because it gives you a feeling of security knowing that it's not going to stop on you when you're driving or when you need to start up, right? You want that feeling of financial security knowing that all your bills are paid for over the next month, or I'm not sorry, the next year or two, right? If it's a relationship goal, you want the feeling of knowing that you're in a secure relationship where they're not going to maybe cheat on you, they're not going to hurt you, right? They're going to uplift you and help you become that best version of yourself, right? If it's a weight loss goal, obviously you want to lose weight because maybe you are having health issues. It's that feeling of knowing that your body is working for you and not against you, right? Maybe you want the admiration of the opposite sex or the same sex. Totally up to you, right? I'm not one to judge. So really get down to what it is that you want, okay? Oftentimes what we think we want is not really what we want. It's really the thing that thing is going to get us, okay? So be very clear with yourself on what it is that you really, really want, okay? So number 2, what I want you to do is I want you to imagine, I'm going to put this in all caps because that's how important it is. Imagine that you already have it. So what do I mean by that? I don't mean to act as if, okay? Very similar concept, but I'm going to take it a step deeper, okay? When you act as if, you're acting, which means that deep down you know you don't have it, okay? Instead, what you need to do is you need to feel it as real. You need to make it so real in your imagination that when you come out of your imagination, you don't know what's real and what's not real. Like, that's how deep you need to be inside that imaginal scene of what it is that you want, okay? Acting as if, I mean, it's better than not acting as if, right? I mean, but at the end of the day, if you know without a shadow of a doubt that what you want is coming to you, like, I already know I'm a multimillionaire. Like, I already, like, there's no doubt in my mind I have millions in the bank. Hasn't shown up yet, but I have no doubt that it's on its way to me in some way, shape, or form, either through the right group of people that I'm going to be working with, through the right opportunity, the right idea. There's no doubt in my mind I'm already a multimillionaire, okay? I don't have to act as if I'm a millionaire. I already know that I'm a millionaire because I've already imagined it in here so many times that it's just a matter of waiting for the right situation to come into my reality to get it to that point, right? If that makes sense. So what I want you guys to do is know what you want, and then as you're going to sleep, I want you to imagine a scene that implies you already have what you want, and I want you to repeat that as you're going to sleep, okay? Number 3, I want you to live from that state all day. I want you to think about what you want all the time, okay? Most success books will basically tell you the same thing, that you become what you think about, okay? Now, when you're thinking about it, what you have to be very careful of is not thinking of the lack of it. You're thinking from it as if you already have it, okay? So just be very careful that there are going to be the days where you're going to get bumped from, you know, the reality of what I want is not here yet. There's going to be days where maybe you work out for 2 weeks straight and you don't drop a pound and you're not seeing any physical changes in your body, but you have to bump yourself back into visualizing and seeing yourself with the perfect body that you want for yourself. You know, you might have a financial goal in your business, and after 6-7 months you look at your bank account and it's not where you want it to be. You have to bump yourself back into imagining that it's already done. And I'm gonna admit, it's not an easy thing to do, but the more you do it, just like anything else, it's like a muscle. The more you do it, the easier it becomes like second nature, okay? So what happens if you get to the point where you're ready to quit? You need to go back to why you started in the first place, okay? You have to go back to your passion, that fire, or the reason why you did it, which is why I said you have to know what it is that you want. Money does not motivate people, unfortunately, okay? Just being honest with you guys. It's the feeling that money is going to bring. Like I said, it's either going to be the security of having a car that starts, a feeling of being the head of the household and knowing that all your financial obligations are taken care of. It's going to be the respect of your significant other. Whatever that is, what you need to think of when you get to that point where you want to quit. okay? And you know what? If you do quit, guess what? It's not the end of the world, okay? Get back up, dust yourself off, and start from where you're at, okay? There are going to be days where stuff happens and you may not get to do something every single day in your business or whatever it is pursuing your goal. But just understand that it's not the end of the world, okay? What I hate to have happen is people, they quit or they take a few days off and then they feel like they can't do anything else. Like they're just like, fuck it, they're all or nothing. Like, oh, I can't stand the all or nothing people. We're like, well, if I can't do it all the way, I'm just not even going to start. Or, well, I went 6 months and I took a week off, so now I'm just not going to do it ever. I'm not going to do it anymore. Like, just move past that and get back on your horse and keep on riding towards your goal, okay? So I hope that helps. Again, I know I said it in the last part 1. This is part 2. Subscribe, comment below any questions, comments, concerns, and yeah, I look forward to working with you guys soon. Take care. Love you guys.